Go.
Hello, Professor. This is Brandon Jackson, and I will be doing lab report 2 on the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton, both the upper and lower extremities. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so turn around. All right. First, we have put your hood down because I need to get to your neck.
Oh, my bad. Big dummy.
All right, so first we have the cervical vertebrae, which is going to start at the base of the occipital bone and go down to the thoracic vertebrae. All right, so it's going to be C1 through C7. The first two is the atlas and the axis cervical vertebrae. Okay. Then we're gonna turn around. It's kind of out of order. We're gonna go to the diaphragm, which holds the stomach and all the organs adjacent to, all right, the diaphragm. All right, and then we got the external abdominal obliques, which are on the sides. Pop. Yeah, both sides, yeah. And then we got the frontal bone, which is this man's big forehead. We got the hyoid bone. Put your neck up. The hyoid bone, which is somewhere in this area. We got the lumbar vertebrae, turn around, which is this lower section right here, lumbar vertebrae. There are 5 of those, and there are 7 of the cervical vertebrae, if I didn't mention before. All right. Turn around. We got the mandible, which is the jawbone or the lower jawbone. This one is the only movable bone in the skull. All right. We also have the masseter muscle, which connects the mandible to the maxilla, which is the upper jaw. Maxilla is the upper jaw. We have the nasal bone. There are 2 parts of those. The parietal bone, I think I mentioned before, but that is the very back of the skull at the bottom. And it protects the cerebellum and the brainstem. We have the parietal bone, put your head down, which is this center portion. Oh gosh, which is this center portion, right? So in between the frontal bone and the occipital bone, the center portion. Yeah, I keep turning the camera. Hold on. All right. We have the rectus abdominis muscle, which is the abdomen or the abs, the 6-pack. Bada bing, bada boom. Which he has not. We have the sacrum and the coccyx. Go ahead, turn around. So the sacrum and the coccyx are in this area. It's like the tailbone area. The coccyx is at the very bottom, which they call the actual tailbone. Very, very painful if you break it. All right. Okay, and we have the sternocleidomastoid muscles. That's not there. The sternocleidomastoid muscles are at the sides of the neck. They help with turning your head and up and down and side to side turns, rotation and flexion. Then we have the sternum. There you go, point to it. Yeah, there you go, the sternum, gotcha. We have the temporal bone, which is on the sides where the temporal lobes are, and it's connected to the, what is that thing called? The zygomatic bone, which is your cheekbones. All right.
I tried to flex them.
Okay. And the thoracic vertebrae, turn around. All right, so we got the thoracic vertebrae, which connects to the cervical vertebrae and the lumbar vertebrae, and it is 12 of them. So we got 7 of the cervical, 5 of the lumbar, and 12 of the thoracic, totaling 24 24 vertebrae, not including the coccyx and the sacrum. All right, you can turn back around. Actually, turn back around. All right, and then we have the trapezius muscles, which, trapezius muscles are this one right here. They kind of create a triangle formation or whatever. All right. And then we're going to move on to the appendicular skeleton, the upper. All right, so turn around. Bop, bop, bop. So we have the biceps brachii muscle, which is the short head and the long head. No, wait, the short head and the long head that create the whole biceps brachii muscle. And then we have the brachioradialis muscle, which is this one that drives through the forearm right here, which helps with turning, rotation. We have the carpals. Yeah, the carpals. You don't even know where they are, do you? Okay, we have the carpals. Put out your hand. All right, so the carpals are gonna be the bones of the wrist, all right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the metacarpals, which are the bones of the hand, the inward bones of the hand, which connects to the phalanges, which are the fingers. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, I'm dead. I don't even get that. All right, we have the deltoid muscle. Turn around. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right, you're right. You can't help me, man. All right, turn to the side. Yeah, no, turn to the side. Okay, we have the deltoid muscles, which is basically the shoulder muscle. It helps with shoulder extension and arm movement in general. Yeah. All right, we have the humerus, which is the long bone of the upper arm, right? Only bone in the upper arm, long bone. It connects to the clavicle, which is the collarbone, and turn a little bit, and the scapula, which is the shoulder blade. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, and then, all right, we already did, oh, the latissimus dorsi. So turn around again and do that lat spread. That's not a lat spread. That's not a lat spread. Okay, anyway, we're gonna get to it. So this is the latissimus dorsi muscle on both sides. Pop, pop. There you go, that's a lat spread. All right. All right. We already did the metacarpals, so we're gonna do the pectoralis major muscles, which is your pec muscles. Pop, pop. Go ahead, pop them. Okay. We already did the phalanges, which are the fingers, the outer extremities of the hand. We're gonna do the radius. Go ahead, turn your palm flat. Okay, so the radius is gonna be the longer outer bone of the forearm. And I'm gonna go ahead and get to the ulna. The ulna is the inner portion of the forearm. Okay, so this one was a difficult one to find. Go ahead, turn around. So we have the rhomboid major and the rhomboid minor muscles, which are deep inside the deltoid area, or not the deltoid, my fault. Well, it does connect to the deltoid, but it's the let me see. Okay, yeah, the trapezius muscle. So they're deep inside the trapezius muscles. The major is higher up and the minor is lower down. They connect directly to the scapula and the what's it called? The scapula and the clavicle bones. All right. And yeah. All right, and then last one, because we already did the ulna. Go ahead, turn around. All right, so we're gonna do the triceps brachii, which is, go ahead, put your arm out. Ding, ding. We have the triceps brachii, which connects the long and the long and the latitude, or yeah, the long and the lateral heads of the tricep. All right, go ahead, put your arm down. All right, and now we're moving on to the lower extremities of the appendicular skeleton. Okay, so we're gonna do the legs. Yeah.
You need my shoes off?
Nah, you're good. You can just, yeah. All right, so we have the femur, bop, that singular long bone. All right, and we have the fibula, bop, bop, right there, which is the shin bone. You know what I'm saying? That shit hurts when that hurts when you get hit in it. Trust me, I know. And then connected to the fibula is the tibia, which is one of the strongest bones in the body. Yeah. Okay, and then we have the patella. Yeah, you know where that is? Yeah, it's the knee bone. Yeah, the patella. Yeah. And then we also have the tarsals, which are the ankle bone, followed by the metatarsals, which are the bones in the inner portion of the foot, followed by the phalanges, once again, which are the toesies. Okay. Is it 10 minutes already? Wow.
You can try.
All right, turn it around. All right, so we also have the famous gluteus maximus muscles. Bonk. I'm dead. All right, and we have as well the the quadricep muscles, and there are 4 of them. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's your quad, bro. That's your quad.
Let's see.
All right, so the quad muscles are consisting of the rectus femoris, right? It's somewhere in here, the rectus femoris.
Yeah,
and you got the vastus lateralis, right? As well as the vastus medialis and the vastus intermedius. Yeah, we got it. All right, and then we're gonna do we got the ilium and the ischium. So the ilium is going to be the upper portion of the hip bone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the ischium is going to be the lower portion of the hip bone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the pubis is the real lower portion of the hip bone. Yeah. It's like the groin area.
Gotcha.
I don't want to spend too much time there.
Mm-hmm.